This is John for Global Traveler. Today I have the pleasure of talking travel and hockey and a book with Flyers legend, Philadelphia Flyers legend, Brian Propp. How are you, sir?
I'm doing really well this morning. Thanks for joining me.
Well, I tried to wear the Philly orange. It's as close as I can get.
Yeah, I have my Flyers alumni
There you go.
gear on.
So you have a book coming out, Angel on My Wing, a story of faith, determination, and courage, and we're definitely going to get to that. But I'd like to go over your career a little bit first. You were a great amateur player. You were the first round draft pick in for the Flyers in 1979, 14th overall pick. How was it joining that team of legends? You had Clark, McLeish, Perrant, Hall of Famers. How was it for you to join that team?
Well, at the start, like it was like the way it happened is that because it was the first year that the NHL was won, like because it was a year before it was the World Hockey Association, so there was more bargaining if I was still going to be playing there. But so you have a bargaining after that, just you took whatever you got at, and plus all the other guys that played for the World Hockey Association got drafted too, and it also changed to an 18-year-old draft. So that's why Ray Bork and Laurie Bossman were drafted before me, but which worked out real good for me. But for me, I was just a quiet guy. I grew up in a little town of 300 people. My dad was a Lutheran minister. I have two brothers and two sisters, and we're all 13 months apart. And so we had our own hockey team. And so, at the start, like I didn't even really know what was going on. Like, I was really naive and I didn't know what was going on. I just was there to play hockey.
Do you remember your first goal?
Yeah, I remember my first goal was the first game. It was a game-winning goal against Bill Smith. We were at home, and so I remember that because good way to get started. I was at that time I was playing with Reggie Leach and Bob Clark, and then after 20 games, then I went with Ken Lensman and Paul Holmgren, and Bill Barber went back with their line. But that was the year that we had 35 undefeated streak. So we won the first game and then we lost the second game 9-2. And I was like, oh, wow, is this what the NHL is going to be like? And then we went 35 without a loss after that.
Yeah, I remember watching. I was a big, big fan of the Flyers. So you made, I believe, five All-Star teams. You made five Stanley Cups. You're in the Flyers Hall of Fame. Aside from the big moments, was there any lesser known moments that really stand out for you in your career?
Yeah, I think I was just a consistent player. So they knew what I was going to do every game. So like it just because most guys get streaky when they score and things like that, but I wasn't like that. I always tried to score every game and be a good playmaker and play as a team guy. So that's probably why I didn't get 100 points because we kind of just we played as a team, and then so like I didn't mind that, but I was consistent. But to be in five Stanley Cup Finals and not winning any, but it was still there producing was important for me because like you don't want to be a player that doesn't produce and you get known for not doing anything. So, but then of course I won the Canada Cup in '87 with Gretzky and Lemieux, so that was special too. But in 11 years with the Flyers, we were in the finals three times, and then I was with Boston and then Minnesota in the finals again. So it was just good time for me.
I have to ask you, I read about it, but I love the story. Tell the story of the guffaw.
Yeah, so I always liked like the guffaw means a hearty laughter in the English dictionary. So like I always just liked Howie Mandel. He's a Canadian comedian, and so he did his shows in Atlantic City every summer. And so like I was like we lived in near the shore. Like I had a place in at the shore in Ocean City, and which is an hour away from Philadelphia. And so I went to his shows a couple times. I liked the way he did, and so I wanted to do something a little different when I scored a goal. So after in the mid '80s. I copied him when I scored. I just one of the like more excitement. I did guffaw, and I took it up, and so like it took off, and I talked with him. He didn't mind that I branded it, and so it's my trademark, and it took off, and then I taught other people how to do it, and it took off from there.
I love the story. Obviously, I saw you doing that when you were playing, but in the pre-internet days, it was hard to get that type of information. So I just found that out maybe a year or so ago. I just learned that. I just thought it was a fantastic story.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's good just because like I told like when I retired, I worked at the Medford Ice Rink in New Jersey in Medford, and so like I taught all the young kids how to play hockey and skate and do this, and so I told them, hey, listen, if you do get good grades, tell your teacher to do a guffaw when you get an A.
I love it. Absolutely. You traveled all over the world playing hockey. I know you've played in Switzerland, you played in France, obviously Canada, all across the U.S. Was there any favorite city you had aside from obviously Philadelphia would be one of yours, but any other city that really stood out to you on road trips?
Yeah, I always liked Montreal because like it was growing up in Canada, it was special for me and for them running all those championships and the history was so nice and the city is so clean and it's like the good food and good entertainment there. So like, but I always liked with Montreal because the history for behind with all the Stanley Cups that they won, and it was kind of special. And then my second favorite place was Chicago because with the answer was there, and so like it was, and I just remember the first time we got scored against like with the horn, and so like I wasn't expecting that, and so but now everyone has a horn.
What's the one thing that Brian Propp always took on a road trip? What's the one thing you needed to have with you, aside from equipment and all that stuff?
Well, I just always had to take my toothpaste, toothbrush, and like like bathroom stuff. But yeah, because sometimes you forget it here and there, and shampoo and things like that. But just other than that, not too much.
Was it a different experience for you playing like in France and Switzerland? Did you get to see much of the area?
Well, when I finished up in France, it was like 7 months there, and so like, but it was a nice place. It was right on the coast, like near Spain, and it was like you had a couple days off, like, and we played only twice a week, but it was the competition was sort of like American Hockey League players because the people had to work, and so you practice at night, and then you play games at the night too. So, but for me, it was special, and a little bit with Switzerland. Like I was with Minnesota, but I had to went to uh, uh, Switzerland, and then for 3 months, and so I got more with that, and then we won the Canada Cup or the Spangler Cup that year from in Davos. So that was a special too. Just to bang for your country.
Were you able to enjoy the travel through your NHL career and all that, or did it kind of become a blur for you?
No, it was nice because on the east side, like where we are in Philadelphia, like you bust to the Devils, to Rangers, you took a train to Washington, and then you bust to the Islanders, and then you just flew to Pittsburgh, and like it only an hour flight up the East Coast, so like you're at home back and forth a lot more than the people on the West side. So it was, but it was, easy travel. So it probably saved a lot of time and for careers because people that travel like all so much, it's like they're away like over a month more than we were.
Sure. No, that makes total sense. Okay, let's talk about your book. That's the main subject here. So you've got a book coming out. It's about your career, Angel on My Wing, a story of faith, determination, and courage. Tell us a little bit about the book.
Yeah, so I did it with Wayne Fish, the writer, and so like he helped me because I knew him from when I first started from the with the Flyers, and so I've known him for all these years, and we have a good you know good thing that we're going on. And but yeah, the book is going to be about my faith because my dad was a Lutheran minister, and he preached in English German every month, every Sunday. And then just growing up a little town of 300 people in the Midwest and prairies, and so like you don't know anything that's going on, and but he taught me the values that I needed for to do the book. And so like I remember my dad telling me, hey, listen, if you're happy with your own life, it makes a big difference because a lot of people are searching for to get happy. And so I just remember that. And then of course then I played for the Melville Millionaires in junior, and so I can tell people I was a millionaire once. And that well, then it was then the Brandon Wheat Kings, we had powerful teams there. We had good players, good teams, and then get drafted by the Flyers in first round, and then being there for 11 years, 5 years of some other teams, and then so it was a good career for me. And then after that, it was like I worked at the Medford Ice Rink. I did the radio for 9 years for the Flyers, and then I had worked at the Judge Group, and then last 10 years I've been with Wolf Commercial Real Estate. But my book is more about my stroke that I had like 9 years ago. I was in with my family visiting the Navy school in Annapolis, and so the first day I was okay, and then the second day I had a really bad headache, and so I stayed in a rented house, and then that night, middle of night, I just fell out of bed. I hit the side of the bed. I lost a couple teeth. I can't remember anything, but because I couldn't talk or walk at the start. So thankfully, my family was there and called 911 pretty fast. And then, so like, but it was really frustrating for me because you couldn't talk and didn't know what was going on. So the clot went into my heart, into my brain, three different places, and I almost died, and just lucky to be alive. And of course, it just just happy every day, and you go from there, and you tell other people how you can get better too. So it just it's a good story, and thankfully I'm doing okay now.
Well, absolutely. Congratulations on surviving that and coming back strong. Did you learn anything about yourself through writing the book?
Yeah, I just remembered that like at the after the stroke, like I was frustrated, and like I just wanted to make things happen a little faster, but your brain needs to heal a lot much better, and so you needed to take your time and be patient, and take your time and just keep your hope up, and you never know what was going to happen, and anything could happen after that. So for me, it would just be about patience to get heal a little better, because it took me a year and a half to get better, especially my speech. I couldn't speak at all. The first two words that I said was Bernie Perrant. I don't even know, not even my son or daughter's name, but it's probably easier for me to say. But other than that, it was really frustrating at the start, but thankfully we had good help, and the family was supporting, and the Flyers alumni supported me, and one of my friends. So that really made a big difference for me, because I know a lot of people that are dying and passing away, like last week with Good Rose getting killed. I mean, it's horrible, but I just tell people live life every day, and be happy, and don't worry about anything. You know, it's just you see too many people passing away anymore.
Absolutely. Those are good lessons to take away from your book. Have you seen the finished product?
Well, yeah, when from writing it, the book will be published, and so I'll get that probably end of September, like the copies, and so then I'll have a couple of those, and then but it's just if we promote it with the right people. I know a lot of people know my story, and like I just played a couple golf tournaments the last couple days, and so I have fun with the people I play golf with, and make it fun for them, and just let them know, hey, listen, my right fingers and the right side don't work, but I can still play golf and hockey, and so I love what I'm doing, and so it's also I love fishing, so I go, that's it's easy to do, but just telling people and getting them interested, they'll buy the book, and hopefully it'll be good, and then you can learn from other people that have had strokes, because when I was at McGee recovering, like I have a list of people that had strokes from before and brain injuries, and so like I call them all the time, and so like it's just nice to let them know, hey, listen, I have a new book, and so if you want to read it and maybe learn from the things that I've done that could help you, it could really help the people that are struggling.
So looking at the book, you finished the book, you went through the whole process of writing it. Are you able to look back and kind of savor what you did in your career and after? I mean, you had a great career, and then you not only survived the stroke, you came back strong. Are you able to kind of look back at that and kind of a little bit of amazed at it all?
Yeah. So like I think that it was it's because you never knew what was going to happen, and so but I was always very positive, and so like I never got down too much, and positive, and thinking the right way, and letting people know, hey, listen, every day is a blessing, and so but I just learned from that just my dad was a minister, and so he taught me right from wrong, and my mom is now 91, and she's still
Oh,
doing well, and she's
God
living with
bless.
my sister, and so it's just nice to tell people, hey, listen, you be fortunate every day. Don't be complaining about this or that, just but I think a lot of people will enjoy the book.
I know I will. I'll be picking it up as soon as I can. As soon as it's out there, I will be one of the first people to buy it. I can't wait to get it. Like I said, I was a big fan of yours throughout your career. I love those Flyers teams. That was when I was growing up. I just love those teams, and I'm a huge hockey fan. Tell everybody where they could find out more information about you, like your website, anything else you'd like to throw out there.
Yeah, if they want to go to my Brian Propp website, they can go there, and then and find that, and then also with Amazon, and you can order it online at Amazon and other book places. So we're probably going to start doing a couple book signings, like probably after Thanksgiving, and a couple of weeks in when the Flyers are playing in December. So like I'll probably set up a bunch of book signings, and I have lots of restaurants and people that I know that want to have me there. Yeah, and so it's but it should be all good.
Well, I can't wait to read it. Like I said, any chance of the book signing in Chicago, or are you going to mostly stay in the Philadelphia area?
Well, it depends, because I'm sure that I could probably, if we do some trips, or if I get some speaking engagements after that, like we could just work on that, and like in Canada, I'm sure, like because I have a couple events in Canada that I'm going to go, like next in March next year, I'm going to get inducted into the Brandon Wheat Kings Hall of Fame in March sometime. So, and but they already know, like I have another event this next weekend in Brand or Manitoba. But it's not going to be available. But what I'm going to do is, like I'll go back and forth, and in Saskatchewan I go fishing every week for my family in Saskatoon area, And so it just, I'm sure with all the things that I've got going on with golfing and hockey and other events, and so like I'll probably travel a little bit more and get people to buy it.
Well, I'm hoping you do a signing in Chicago. If you do, I will be there. Mr. Propp, really, it's been a pleasure talking to you. It's great to see you looking so well, especially after the stroke, a while ago. You're looking fantastic. You sound great. I love the positivity. I encourage everyone to check out your website. Your website is really cool, by the way. I looked through the whole thing. I love it. I love the merchandise. I love all the extra stuff you have on there. And I encourage everyone to check out Angel on My Wing, Brian Propp's autobiography coming out soon. Thank you for your
Thanks,
time.
John.
Thank you.